Today, we become legends.
Hey, my name's Inter, and welcome back to the channel for the final major news drop of this week. We're going to have Assault on Monday as well, but of course, Friday is Joust time. A lot of people have been requesting this in the community. You probably all know if you watch me frequently that I'm not a fan of this mode, but I still would like to play it because it looks absolutely crazy, man. It looks so good, like, visually. And maybe they'll have made some gameplay changes to the mode as well that might make it more fun. I think in the later years of Smite 1, it kind of got super unfun. I used to enjoy it a bit more. But yeah, they're right about to reveal Joust on the Titan Talk, so I'll just let them go through it. I won't put any more preamble on it because I know a lot of people are excited to see Joust, so let's just jump right in.
Without further ado, introducing
there you go.
Smite 2 Joust.
It looks so different, man, with the Arthurian art style.
Arthurian art style.
The laptop.
Look at that dragon up there, dude.
The mini-map.
Oh my god.
You'll get a quick look. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at that.
Okay, yeah, mini-map's there.
Another thing to quick note is that this map is still in a bit of a work in progress stage as far as the environment art goes. Most of the design.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got like a month or so to do it. But yeah, that's the mini-map. As you probably all knew by this point, they have said it's going to be based off the Season 3 Chinese Joust map layout. It's going to be pretty identical to that based on this mini-map by the looks of it. Seems like they also have some teleporters where you can go from Red Buff over to the new objective boss, which is going to be the Lost Knight or something like that, I think. But yeah, the general like gameplay mini-map sense of things is going to be basically identical to the Season 3 Chinese map, which I think makes sense. It was the most successful, most liked Joust map out of the three.
Stuff is locked, but there's still some art touch-ups coming up, so you may see some areas.
And yeah, so some art touch-ups and stuff. They've got a while to fix that.
Yeah, it's looking fantastic. The layout is
I love that we have an
Arthurian
Arthurian map, dude.
The Season 3 Smite 1 Chinese Joust map. That was... You know, we tried a lot of tests over the years, testing alternate Joust maps and different.
Look at that huge ass dragon, man. That's so cool.
And this
reminds me of Cthulhu from Assault. Not Cthulhu, sorry. I don't know why I said Cthulhu. Jormungandr from Assault. It reminds me of that. Just like a big being, like looking over the battlefield. Adds a lot of epicness to it.
Phase was the most popular by far.
Yes. 1 second. I'm going to bring us back to cams. I think we have a small audio issue that I'm going to fix up really quick.
And this is, as you can tell just from immediately getting loaded in, it's kind of Arthurian inspired in terms of the art style, which is pretty cool. I think I like it a lot because it gives me... I know that the original Joust map was not Arthurian inspired. It was like Roman...
Well, the...
What, I don't even know how
no, the original Joust map was like kind of Arthurian.
It was kind of Arthurian. I don't know. Like
it had a castle.
Yeah, it had a...
It was called Joust.
Was it? Okay, I guess
from day one in like early Smite 1, it was kind of Arthurian
because we didn't have Arthurian. But
yeah, it was actually.
It gives me some vibes of that, but just cooler.
This is so sick, man.
I think that like this is the first map that we've done that I think really like pulls together.
And they've got kind of all the chaos theme going on as well, where the chaos side is all red and that's where the dragon is, and then you got more like green foliage and moss and stuff on the order side. That's pretty cool,
right? Like I think that the Conquest has a lot of areas that look really good at it, but it was the first map that we really did start to finish, and there's areas I think if we went back today, we would change.
Oh, this is so sick, man.
I think Arena was largely, let's bring it over from Smite 1 because...
I'm actually like nerding out so hard right now. This is like the exact kind of map theme that I love. Like it takes place on like an Arthurian castle, like keep battlements. There's a fucking dragon, like it's a big castle in the background. This is actually so sick.
You can kind of see the promise here of what we can potentially do.
Yeah,
really obviously still looks rough in some areas.
And features here.
They've got a little while to fix that.
But that's funny, no, Joust was always Arthurian themed. Way before we even had Arthurian gods. The early Smite
there's the towers as well.
Arthurian totally makes sense in the Smite universe.
Here's where you're going to be doing most of your fighting.
You may notice there's a little bit of a dragon up there.
Right.
So cool, man.
He does a little bit of like an intro animation and then just kind of
minions are different.
For ambiance and for character.
Minions are like knights.
Make him playable.
Make the dragon playable.
Yeah, this
Red Buff.
Oh, there's something new over here.
Right? Teleporter's a new mechanic here that lets you teleport from the jungle boss section to the red buff section.
Yeah, so quick rotations now.
You can do some cool...
I kind of like that for Joust, honestly.
Yeah.
And who's this?
The new jungle boss for the Joust.
There's the Lost Knight. Dude, it's literally Achilles. I assume that's 10 part? It's literally the Achilles Knight of Mordred skin, right? Like that's what kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, all new model, new animations, all that.
Oh, maybe it's not temporary.
You know, we had to.
Still looks cool though, but isn't it just Achilles?
Arthurian map as well.
There is, so you see a very distinct difference between the Order and Chaos sides.
That's cool, man.
Also here in the middle, we have kind of a Merlin tower feel. You can see there is a statue and a tower.
Oh,
and
that's sick.
Magical
that's a nice
elements,
touch, yeah.
dedicated to Merlin.
I want to build this map in Minecraft, man. This is so cool.
If you want to kill the Lost Knight while we're here, we can show off some things it does.
And just in general, like the map is kind of themed as
Yeah, it's even got like Achilles auto attack
Mordred
animations,
versus
kind
Viper,
of.
Yeah.
So one side is arted to look like things associated with Mordred, and the other side is more arted to look like things associated with Arthur. And we'll go through it more here in a second once we see what the Lost Knight does.
So when you slay him, it's going to be similar rules as you saw in the old Joust, which is you'll get a jungle boss buff, and also watch the orb and the laser.
Oh,
That
they all
goes
lights
and
up a
tells you
bunch
which
of.
tower is stunned.
That's sick.
Oh, that's cool.
I've always
A little
wanted
visual flair.
some stronger feedback for that and some justification in the universe. We used to have these like orbs fly from the dead Bull Demon King, but this actually channels like a beam on it from that astrolabe thing through the crystal and stunning the tower. It looks super.
Okay, so yeah, it does seem like it's going to be a very similar effect to BDK. It's going to be a tower disabling or structure disabling kind of effect.
Super cool. And you also get this cool like green deathly version of the Fire Giant buff.
Yeah, and this buff grants you 20% penetration while
Sam
restoring
Penn.
point. 8
And obviously
of your max
regen like
health
most
and
boss
mana
buffs
every
do.
second.
Regen and penetration. Penetration is a unique.
Oh, this map looks
choice
so
here.
sick,
So
man.
let's
I
go
want
over
them
some
to
of
look off the
I got
edge of
pulled
the
up
battle
notes
and
here,
see
so
if
yeah,
there's any
yeah,
cool
stats for
environment out down
Joust.
there.
You're going to start at level 3. You're going to start at 1250 gold. Pretty much what you'd expect. The spooling is going to be a little higher than Conquest. Let's see. There's some notes on the patch notes we'll share
this
about
looks so
respawn
good,
timers
man.
and things like that. Lane
I love
minions.
this theme.
We're going to share a lot of the details here. One good thing to note. I'm not going to go over all the little variables numbers right now. One interesting to note is the jungle buffs are stackable,
right? Yeah.
like Conquest, so you can have all 3 buffs on one player.
Makes sense.
And they do have infamy, so invading them will give you the chance to power up your buffs, and killing them more will cost.
Yeah, I feel like infamy will work quite well on Joust actually, because generally like my problem with Joust is it's really hard to be aggressive a lot of the time, and it's very easy to tower camp. Whereas now like invades are worth even more. If they're just tower camping and you take like every single one of their blue buffs and every single one of the side buffs, you're gonna level them up super quickly and get like an advantage with that.
and things to increase in their value over the game. Whereas if you don't ever secure any red buffs, it'll stay level 1 for longer. Let's see, the Lost Knight. The Lost Knight spawns early as 3 minutes, and has a little
3
bit
minutes?
shorter, only a 3-minute respawn timer when it's killed. So a little bit of a faster loop. It is a little bit
wow.
squishier.
How long does
than
it
maybe
disable
what you-
towers for? If it disables towers for like 2 minutes or something, you can almost permanently disable towers. But again, maybe that's kind of a good thing because Joust does kind of stall out way too easily in Smite 1 in my opinion, where people can just tower camp. So if there's more stuff to do more often, you can push your lead more. If the enemy are just being cringe and camping on a tower.
Used to in some jungle bosses in previous iterations of Joust. So you need to pay attention to it a lot earlier. When you get the Lost Knight, it will stun the frontmost tower. Or
Look at that
potentially
castle in the
Phoenix.
background, man. It's a little bit buggy and unfinished, but this looks so
Seeing
sick.
powers. It produces the protections too.
We've got this big patch of stealth grass here.
Yes,
which
there
new.
is.
And you can still kind of see through to see what's going on back there from here.
But if you get too close, you get revealed again too.
Yes.
Okay, that's
like
pretty
that
cool.
little
I think
patch.
that's
We
a
had
good
some fun
placement for
fights there in
grass.
playtest
It seems like there's
recently.
not too much grass overall.
Yeah, I think Matt from the level design team called out that it's always fun to like kind of hide out here and then just like jump over the wall to engage. And now you've got the stealth grass to facilitate.
Might make assassins a little more viable.
Yeah, and there's a lot of theming around like roses and the things associated with Mordred here.
Oh, cool, man.
Fire here.
So I guess the
Castle.
older
I
side
couldn't
base is maybe a little bit more like King Arthur themed. There's a Berlin Tower in the middle, and there's more Mordred themed on the Chaos side. This is really cool, man. There's some good theming on this map.
I'm going to set my team.
That work?
No, I think I've got to actually walk out.
You are an ally now, but he
Yes.
doesn't know yet.
He doesn't
There
know
you go.
yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
now he knows.
Okay.
So now I can walk through here without getting slammed. And
It's all like ruined on the Chaos side as well. That's
Chaos
cool.
base, but we've got the fire here.
Yeah,
We've
and
got-
the idea is that Mordred is like sieging the castle kind of
Yes.
thing, right? He's like broken in.
With his cursed magic and his battering ram and his dragon, apparently.
This is
this
so
battering
cool.
ram is sick.
A few things that we could add to his kit later, maybe. Joking. I'm joking. Not planning on giving Mordred a dragon or a battering ram, although it's sweet.
Maybe in a skin he could turn into a battering ram for his 4B, man. That'd be pretty cool.
Can Aladdin climb on the fire? I would assume so.
If it's a wall,
if it's a
he's
wall,
not gonna
right,
climb
yeah.
the
He can
fire.
walk on water and on fire. Yeah.
You see how he summons that little spectral wall in front of him? So if he hits a seemingly invisible wall, yeah, he can still make his own. So Joust, you know, is a really great place to play if you like pure combat, right? You don't want to really spend time with rotations, you are farming. Like Joust, I always was a big fan of Joust. I know this goes way back to the memes. I feel like people even don't even remember these memes were like, for a certain part of Smite's lifetime, I was being attacked for being too much of a Joust player and not enough of a Conquest
Joust
player.
main AJ,
Even though I started playing Smite in closed beta, and I always loved Conquest as well. But Joust is really all about, you know, just picking that perfect team comp and just executing those like ability combos really cleanly. You have to be smart and make sure you still clear jungle bosses and objectives. Oh, there's a Lady of the Lake. I saw someone ask earlier if any of the
Lady of the Lake's
there
there too.
specific mythological details and references in here.
Yeah, there's a statue of Merlin behind the Lost Knight, I know.
Yes.
So we're just missing Morgan Le Fay, right? Like, kind of, King Arthur is there. You've got the Lady of the Lake, you've got Mordred, you've got Merlin. We're just missing Morgan Le Fay.
The Arthur. Oh, yeah,
there
it
we
does
go.
have to say that the
Let's look over the
Chaos
battlements.
are kind of undead
Nice, dude. That's so
invaders in the
sick. Let me
order
go back.
are,
Let me go back. They're probably not going to do
the
that
Arthur.
again.
Oh, yeah, it does have to say that the Chaos.
Look at that, man. What a cool vista. Like, I feel like they've done a lot of work as well with, like, the outsides of the maps in Smite 2 that was never really there in Smite 1. Like, on Conquest as well, it's, like, huge mountains in the background. The backdrop really makes you feel like you're in a world and not just in this, like, isolated cage that is the map. And I think they've done really good with this as well. You know, you can see a kind of, maybe, like, a hamlet / town kind of thing outside the castle. You've got a bunch of, like, foliage and hills and stuff like that, trees. It's a small thing, but it really makes you feel like more you're in a world rather than just in this like little cage, essentially. But yeah, that is pretty much Joust. There's not really too much to talk about otherwise. You know, gameplay-wise, it's going to be very similar. The Lost Knight is pretty much just a reskinned Bull Demon King. The teleporters have been added. Obviously, other Smite 2 systems like Infamy and Stealthgrass are in there. But yeah, it's mainly like a massive art update. And I gotta say, man, this is like probably my new favorite looking map. Like, I think it was Assault before in Smite 1. Assault looks absolutely amazing. Conquest has honestly never been my favorite looking map, I'm not gonna lie. I play that shit for the gameplay. I think it's a lot of other maps have looked better than Conquest has in Smite's history, and this is probably my new favorite looking map. Unfortunately, it's my least favorite game mode to play, which sucks, but I probably will end up playing a little bit on this map, just to test out if the gameplay feels better, and also just to play on this map, man, because it looks beautiful. I'm very excited to see when they actually do a dedicated Assault map. We're going to be getting Assault on Monday, but it's going to be on the Conquest map in the mid lane. I'm sure you're all aware of that if you've been following the news cycle. But at some point, of course, Assault is going to get its own arted map, and I think that's going to be absolutely sick, because Assault was the nicest looking map in Smite 1, in my opinion. And what they've done with this is absolutely so cool, man. I've been hoping for an Arthurian map for a long time. It's a shame it's Joust for me personally, but it absolutely looks amazing. So I'm excited for Assault when that eventually gets its own map as well. And maybe even a big Conquest art overhaul when they've got a bit more time. But yeah, that is Joust. Let me know down below. Are you a big Joust fan? Are you happy with what they've done with the map here? Do you like the way it looks? Do you like the small gameplay changes like teleports and Stealthgrass? Are you going to be playing some? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys for another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.